Hello and welcome to this short practice for self-compassion. For today's practice, I invite you to bring some props into your practice if you have them at home, and otherwise perhaps you can find some substitutes. So the first one is a folded up blanket, and so fold it up nicely so that it's kind of in this sort of square shape, and it's just for a bit of extra padding and to help kind of opening through the body. And then if you have a bolster like this, or a couple of bed pillows, it will just help to make this practice super scrumptious. When you're ready, we're going to lie down on our backs. And what I'd like you to do is grab the blanket. What you're going to do is have it from this square position and fold it in half again. So you end up with a kind of sausage shape. Place it on the mat. And then you're going to bring yourself down. So placing your spine all the way down onto this. And you can adjust exactly where it is, perhaps allowing the blanket just to reach the very top of the shoulders and going down the back. And then bringing the palms stretched out to the sides. Option to leave the feet on the floor, so you can have them in a bent position and allow the knees to rest in, or you can come down into full Shavasana, full relaxation pose. Closing down the eyes, taking some deep breaths. Allowing yourself to just settle into this space, into this moment. And see if you can take a big breath in through the nose. And see if you can let go, just sigh out through the mouth. A couple more of those. Inhale deeply. Exhale to let go. One more. And just allowing the shoulder blades to soften, to gently feel that opening through the front of the chest. I invite you to take this time to connect with your breath, to draw the breath down into the belly, and start to raise that belly up as you're inhaling in, feeling it float up to the sky. And as you exhale, allow the belly just to fall naturally towards the earth. Couple more deep breaths. And we're being very kind to ourselves with our self-compassion practice. So now I really would like you to move mindfully. So gently roll yourself up off the cushion or the blanket. So a cushion is a good substitute if you didn't have a blanket. And you are going to gently roll yourself back onto your back. Bringing your left ankle over your right thigh and pressing the left knee out to the side. Just feeling a gentle hip opening. Option to stay here if you'd like to increase the stretch. Lift the right foot up off the earth. Place the hands behind the thighs and draw the knees in towards the chest. Feeling a gentle opening in the outer hip area. Option to roll through the ankles here. Releasing the foot down to the earth, bringing the hands out either into cactus arms, so your arms are bent at the elbows, or you can bring the arms nice and straight out to the side, depending on how much space you've got. You're going to keep the feet and legs as they are, and bring yourself across, so finding a gentle belly twist, looking over the opposite fingertips if that's comfortable for you. We pause here for a couple of breaths. Bringing the gaze back to center, and then inhaling the legs up to center. Dropping the top foot down. Let's place the right ankle above that left thigh, pressing that right knee away. using those leg muscles. So I'm hands free here, just using the muscles in the leg to feel that gentle hip opening. Option to stay here, or option to lift the left foot up and off the floor, bringing those hands around the back of the left thigh. Feeling this gentle stretch into the outer hip area, starting to roll through that left ankle if you like. If your foot is on the floor, then you can always roll through the top ankle instead. And then gently bringing the foot down to the ground, bringing the hands out either into cactus or straight arms in a T shape. We're going to bring the legs over, across towards the left-hand side. Bringing that gaze across to the opposite fingertips, if that suits, or gently closing the eyes down. You can always leave your head in the middle or even looking towards the knees if that feels more comfortable. Taking care with the leg here. If it feels too much to be in this position, you can always bring the top knee to stack one on top of each other. Another alternative for you there. Taking this theme of self-compassion, make the practice your own. Inhaling back up to center, dropping the foot down to the earth, and let's hug the knees into the chest, giving ourselves a back massage. Rolling through the spines and creating some small circles, and the other way. And then starting to bring your knees in towards your chest. Bring the knees away from one another, keeping the hands on top of the knees, or you can have them behind the thighs, as we start to create breaststroke legs. So bringing the knees in, out, and then back together, small circles. Starting to work into that ball and socket joint. We store our emotions in our hips, it's said. So this is a nice way to get everything moving, changing direction. See if you can slightly engage your core to help with a bit of stability whilst doing this exercise. Option to have those hands on the knees or behind the thighs. Hugging yourself in. Another little rock and roll perhaps from side to side. And then perhaps working up and down through the spine. Coming up to a comfortable seated position. And then coming into an all fours position. This is where having a blanket, cushion, or even a bolster handy would be really good. We're going to come into melting heart pose. So we're going to keep the bum in the air above our knees and then bring the hands out in front. So you can choose where you're placing these things. You can either have a cushion or blanket just underneath the forehead, or you may even want to bring a couple of bed pillows or your bolster in and place it under the chest area. So you can really fiddle with where it goes, allowing yourself just to settle down, thumbs in the air, opening through the front of the body, gentle heart opening. Breathing this sense of self-compassion into the heart space, connecting with this area. Gently walking the hands back, sinking the bum back, coming to find a child's pose option if you do have your bed pillows or bolster, as you can bring them in between your legs and settle down in front, either with the hands out in front or beside, wherever feels comfortable. Allowing yourself just to relax and release down to the earth below. Allowing yourself to feel really heavy through the front of your body. And one more deep breath here. And gently being very mindful, kind to yourself, rolling yourself up, moving the props out the way. And we're going to roll back onto our backs. This time bringing a cushion or bolster. You can use a brick actually if you don't have either of those. And you're just going to pop it underneath the small of the back, so that flat bit at the very base of the spine. So coming into supported bridge pose. So it's a gentle elevation of the hips. Everything can feel quite relaxed. You can just allow yourself just to soften into the props or whatever's supporting you below, not worrying too much about what's going on with the feet or the legs. In this very passive style, so we're working with quite restorative or yin style yoga today. We don't have to worry so much about our alignment or kind of really activating our muscles. We can really allow everything to go floppy. So allowing yourself to start to really physically relax through the muscles. Allowing yourself to soften through the face, the neck, the shoulders. And drawing your attention to your breath. And you're either going to stay here for a few more breaths if this feels good, or you have the option to gently slide the heels out onto your mat, coming into a slightly deeper back bend if that's comfortable for you. So otherwise, if that feels like a little bit twingy, just bring the soles of the feet back and stay in your supported bridge pose. Pausing here or wherever you are. Coming back to the breath. And then gently bringing the soles of the feet back to the earth. If you stretch them out, you're going to press into the heels to gently and mindfully move out whatever equipment you popped underneath your bum. And gently allow the spine just to roll down towards the earth. Bring the knees in towards one another, coming into constructive rest pose. Just notice the feeling, the sensation in the back of the body. After that back bend, as your spine feels straight and in contact with the earth. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out through the mouth. One more of those. And you have an option to come down into your Shavasana or your corpse pose just for a few minutes. If you can take a few extra moments for yourself, I highly, highly recommend it. Or if you'd like to end your practice with me, bringing one knee after the other into your chest, just giving yourself a little rock from side to side. And then rolling onto your favourite side, using your arm as a little cushion, pressing the fingertips into the earth to support you to come up, to find a comfortable seated position where we'll close our practice together by bringing the hands to the heart space. Bowing the head to the hands, perhaps feeling that mind-body connection to ourselves that we've accumulated from this short and sweet practice. And I'd like to thank you very much for practicing with me. If you would like to get more short, sharp videos like this, then please do subscribe to my channel. I love having you here and I love practicing with you. Look forward to seeing you again very soon.